Hi students, in this session I am going to explain the differences between the codes source code, machine code, object code and then bytecode. I think you all are having some confusions regarding these codes and then this is the session to clear your doubts. So we are going to see the differences between these codes in this session. So first, what is the source code? Here, it is a collection of computer instructions that are written in human readable programming languages like C, C++, Java, Python, etc. And the assembly language also comes under this category, and then the program written using this assembly level languages are called as mnemonics. So here this is the assembly level languages. This is called as the low level language and these are the high level languages. So these are the languages written using the programming languages like what I have told: C, C++, Java, Python, etc. Okay, so these languages which are human readable are called as the source code. These codes are not understood by the computers. So this source code has to be converted into a form such that it should be understood by the machine code. So for this purpose, it is going to be translated using the translators like compiler, interpreter and assembler. Next is the machine code. Here the machine code is in the form of binaries 1, 0 and 1. So here this is the machine code. It shows that all the instructions whichever written in either in a high level language or low level language like assembly languages, that should be converted by the translators into this binary form, and this binary form is directly understood or executed by the CPU. So this is the machine code. Next is object code. Here object code is produced when an interpreter or compiler or a translator translates the source code into an executable machine code. So this is called as object code. Here in this object code an example can be shown, that is ELF, that is called as executable and linking format. So the output of a compiler or assembler or a translator, it is not necessarily executable directly without linking into other modules. So the object code is also in the form of binary forms, but after linking only it can be executed by the CPU. So it is a form like machine code, but machine code is directly understood or executed by the CPU, but object code to be linked with the other modules to get executed by the CPU. This slide shows the source code, machine code, source code, machine code and then the object code, and here is a one new thing, bytecode, we will see later. Okay, source code is the high level language code or the assembly code, and machine code, here it comprises the executable files with the library files, and then the bytecode, object code, it is a form like machine code as I have told. With the help of the linker you have to link it and then make it into executable. So here you can have one doubt, is object code same as the machine code? Object code is a portion of machine code that has not yet been linked into a complete program. It is the machine code for one particular library or module that will make up the complete product. So machine code is binary code that can be executed directly by the CPU. Object code has the jumps partially parameterized so that a linker can fill them in. A linker links several objects and the library files to generate into an executable code. Next, what is the bytecode? Bytecode is their intermediate code between the source code and machine code that is executed by a virtual machine. It is a non-runnable code generated after compilation of source code, and it relies on an interpreter to get executed. That is called as virtual machine. Next, we are having one doubt: why there is a need for bytecode? You can also frame a question like this, that is bytecode a machine code? No, bytecode is not a machine code. It is like an intermediate code, and then it cannot be executable directly by the CPU. Then why it is needed? If you have to compile the code for a given processor architecture, you would have speed but not portability. So, source code is compiled into bytecode for a common machine, where the virtual machine will execute the bytecode. JVM is one such virtual machine which is used by the language. So, why a bytecode is needed means it is a compromise between the speed and then the portability. So, a Java compiler converts the source code into a bytecode, and then it is a Java interpreter JVM where that bytecode has to be converted into the machine code. The next slide we can see how it is working. Next is, here we are going to see how that compiler and JVM works. Here you can see that this is a type of the Java program where a Java compiler is used to convert it into the form of the bytecode. So this is the bytecode. So here this process conversion of this Java program to the bytecode using the Java compiler is platform independent, and then this bytecode has to be converted into the executable code, that is platform dependent, and here the JVM is used to convert or interpret that into the code according to the processors. So Java is called as platform independent languages because here you see here IA32 processor, Spark processor, and then AMD 64 processor. So this JVM will be converting this bytecode according to the processor where it works. So it depends upon the system where it is running, and then according to that processor it will be executing or translating that code. So this is the reason why Java has got its advantage. Next, here we can see how the source code gets processed into a runnable code. So a source code is converted in with the help of a preprocessor, so the initial stages, and then the compiler translates it into a code, machine code, and then the linker links the essential modules, then the loader loads it into the RAM, and then here your program gets executed after converting into the machine code. So this is the process of working behind the how your high level language instructions are converted into a runnable program. This slide shows the difference between how the C source code has been converted into a machine code and then the Java source code into machine code. Here you can see that here a compiler, C compiler, likewise C++ compiler can also be used if it is a language written in C++. It has been converted into object files, and then with the help of the linker and the library files, it has been converted into the executable machine code that can be loaded and then executed by the with the help of the loader. Likewise, here you can see Java source code. A Java compiler is used where converts into my bytecode, and then using the application programming interface, that is according to the platform, and then here the JVM plays an important role in conversion to an executable machine code. So from this we can say that the best known language today that uses a bytecode and virtual machine approach is Java. The dot class file which has been converted in bytecode can be a runnable file in any of the other platforms with the help of this Java virtual machine. In this session, I think I have explained to an extent how can you differentiate these types of codes, that is the source code, bytecode, object code, and then machine code. Thank you. We will see in the next session. Thank you.